Happy Thanksgiving. It's snowing. How about that? Yeah, I mean, it's not going to even amount to a dusting. It's just not enough. But a little surprise snow Thanksgiving morning here in western Iowa. All right, let's check out the rest of your forecast. We'll send it inside to Mike in the studio. Well, thank you, Mike, and happy Thanksgiving to you. And it is Thanksgiving morning, 9:03 here in western Iowa. Lots to be thankful for. Not just the surprise snow, but all kinds of stuff. Anyway, let's get into the forecast. We're going to look at the snowfall amounts for the Great Lakes, for the big lake effect snow event that's coming, but even a big snowstorm today happening right now in the Northeast. And then we'll also look at temperature trends through next week because it's kind of interesting. It's fun. So here are the hazards for today. There's the big storm in the Northeast, winter storm warnings and watches up. Also along the Great Lakes, winter storm warnings are up. And also some lake effect snow warnings are up. We're looking further south for cold air freeze watches now in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, also into Texas. Finally cooling off in Texas. Just talked to my son who's in Dallas visiting his family, our family, the family. And he says it's finally cooled off today. And then on the West Coast, there's some fog here and there. So yeah. All right, let's go to the snowfall amounts for the Great Lakes because it's going to be massive. This is snow between now and midnight Sunday. And basically, we're looking at a couple feet of snow. I mean, that's basically it. Up to a couple feet of snow, depending on where you are. So up around Traverse City, Cadillac, for example, UP of Michigan, most of the UP, a couple feet of snow possible. You get to the eastern Great Lakes, we're looking at close to a couple feet for like Erie, Pennsylvania, all the way up into near Buffalo, probably a good 2 feet of snow. So it's going to be a lot, and it's going to start already kind of today. Now, there's a severe threat today. So where the cold front is moving into warm, moist air in the southeast, we could see severe thunderstorms. It's some marginal risk, so not a great big risk for a lot of severe storms, but could be a few. And yes, the chance of tornadoes is not zero. So here's your 2% chance of tornadoes today. Remember the Thanksgiving when we had a tornado during dessert? Oh, I hope that doesn't happen. That'd be crazy. All right, 24-hour temperature change. Today you can see where the cold front is and where it ain't. And where it ain't is where we're expecting storms and, again, isolated tornadoes maybe. But that cold front all the way through Texas now and much cooler New Mexico, Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma. So very nice. Surface for today looks like this. There's your cold front. There's your scattered storms ahead of it. There's your rain and snow behind it. And the snow machine for the Great Lakes getting started today with heavy snow possible. And just the storm itself, heavy snow in the Northeast. And then we have lighter snow up there in Montana, South Dakota, Wyoming, a little bit of Idaho too. Anomalous temperatures today. That's where the cold air is in the northern plains, the coldest air, I should say. But the whole country today, below average, except for parts of the southeast and Florida and a few pockets here and there in the west where it's barely above average or right at average. Highs today, for example, in southern Arizona in the 70s, South Texas in the 70s, Southeast, South Dakota, South Carolina, North Carolina along the coast in the 70s, even 80s for Florida. But everyone else colder than that and below freezing where I live, where it's snowing this morning. Who knew? And up into the 5 degrees today for Minot. So lows tomorrow morning as you're going out for Black Friday sales. It's going to be cold, so bundle up. That most of the country below freezing. Texas not quite, but still a lot of 30s in Texas, and even low 40s into the southeast to start the day tomorrow. Below freezing for the Willamette Valley. There you go. All right, surface for tomorrow. There's a lot of snow on this map, especially in the Great Lakes. That's where the heavy stuff will be. There's that little disturbance, actually, Friday into Saturday. This is going to be late Friday for maybe getting close to where I live in Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri. we'll watch that move into Missouri tomorrow. I'm sorry, Wednesday. Chance of light snow up there in Montana. Anomalous temperatures for tomorrow. The coldest would be the northern plains, but much of the country below average temperatures, including most of Florida now, warming up a little bit in the west. Those highs in the west tomorrow, I mean, still mid 40s for the Willamette Valley and up to Seattle. Still below freezing here in Iowa. We shouldn't be back above freezing until maybe Tuesday. 50s return to Texas, so starting to warm up a little bit as we go. And so your surface on Saturday, there's that stripe of snow from Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Iowa, West Virginia. Very heavy snow for the lakes and a small patch maybe up there in the Dakotas. A little bit of rain, South Texas and South Florida. Highs on Saturday, still below freezing here in Iowa on north. Near freezing, Columbus, Ohio, north. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, north. Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, north. So cold air to the north. It is that time of year. Warming up in Texas, though. 60s start to return. Anomalous temperatures on Sunday as we get your weekend forecast or your time back. Still cold in the northern plains and all across the Midwest into the Great Lakes. In the southeast, still below average, but warming up in the west, especially southwest. Highs on Sunday, still 70s in southern Arizona. That's why the snowbirds go there, right? 60s returning to more of Texas, and we still see cold air in the northern plains through the Midwest, through the Great Lakes into the Northeast. All right, let's show you the lake effect snow. Well, first we'll show you the snowstorm today that's going on right now. Pennsylvania, New York State, Vermont, New Hampshire. It's coming down. Rain south of that. So if you want snow in New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, well, maybe a little bit of Massachusetts, but along the coast, it's raining. And then again, our severe weather threat down here this afternoon. So as we go through the day today, you see the low taking off. A little bit of snow on the backside getting into maybe clipping Connecticut, but mostly where it's snowing now, it's going to snow, and heavy snow as we get into Maine. This gets us to midnight tonight. Then we're starting to see this cold, the low around James Bay, the cold air whipping around it, and you can just see those snow jets coming off of the lakes. And that's going to be the case through the weekend. I know we have storm chasers up there too. So like I said yesterday, it's going to be entertaining YouTube TV if you like to watch the snow. So we'll just kind of hurry through this. This is Saturday. There we go. That little stripe of snow here in the Midwest. And then snow jets for the Great Lakes continuing on Sunday. Continuing on Monday. A little bit of rain down there in South Texas. Still lake effect snow Tuesday. And then here comes a disturbance out of Canada. And where's it going? Right across the Great Lakes and into the Northeast, enhancing the snow off of the Great Lakes. And there's your snow, Connecticut, New Jersey, Massachusetts, as we go. This is Thursday. So we're starting to get into the land of uncertainty. You can see it warming up again in the plains. But then here comes another cold front later in the week, and we'll show you that with the temperature trends coming up. So another disturbance riding through the Great Lakes into the Northeast by the 6th. So this is Friday, and then more lake effect snow as we get into next weekend. Look how cold it's getting. How far south? Maybe some snow in North Carolina. Saturday the 7th, a day that will live in infamy. And then more lake effect snow as we get through next weekend, and another disturbance moving through the Northeast. And then as we get into the land of guesswork, could be a decent storm here in the plains around Monday the 9th. We'll wait. We'll save that for later to see if that's going to be real. Temperature trends through next week, starting with Monday. You can see it's cold east, warm west. Tuesday, some of the west warmth invades. We'll be back above freezing here in Iowa. Bummer, but maybe the lake will be frozen. I'll go out and check it out for you and take some pictures if it's anything worth writing home about. But Tuesday, still cool on the East Coast. Wednesday, warming up west to east, moderating in the east. Thursday, here comes some more cold air out of Canada, and Friday goes all the way through Texas. And of course, the Great Lakes is the coldest with those systems that keep riding through. Next Saturday, so this is Saturday the 6th. That's right, Saturday the 6th. Cold East Coast, warm west. Sunday, still cold Great Lakes east and warm plains west. And that's reflected in your 8 to 14 day temperatures. Who knew? So warm, western 2/3, cold, cooler than average, the eastern 2/3. Alaska above average, Hawaii too. Precipitation, pretty dry. Most of the country above average, chances of above average, northern plains and South Texas. This doesn't mean it won't rain or snow. It just means we're expecting the amounts to be below average. All right, above average for most of Alaska and below average for Hawaii. Is that it? That's everything I wanted to show you. So happy Thanksgiving. It's going to be a lot of food and a lot of fun. And we'll update you tomorrow. So hopefully you'll survive the Black Friday sales and then come in and check out your forecast after that. We'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in. The Weather Mike.